Welcome to Introduction to the Old Testament. My name is Dr. Segas, and I am here to help you with anything that you need and to teach you a lot about the Old Testament and its context. You'll notice right now that I'm sharing my screen with you. I'm on our Blackboard page, and I just want to take you through a couple of things that you're going to need to be familiar with for this course. So let me make myself a little bit smaller so that you can see Blackboard a little better here. Number one, and the very most important thing, is that you do this summer 2018 GW enrollment verification activity, or they'll drop you from the course. So if you want to take this course, please do that. That's key. The next thing that you'll see are the support services that you can access. I don't really have anything to do with those, but those are open to you. Then you'll see me. I'm your instructor. I work out of Lindsay on the Gardner Webb campus, and if you're around, you're welcome to come and see me. I'll have some office hours. I'll also do some digital office hours that I will make you aware of as we get further into the course. You can call or text in case of emergency. I've got my phone number right here. And you'll notice that my specialties are Old and New Testament and Greek and Hebrew. I love the Bible. I love the whole canon, the Old and the New Testament. Right now we're going to be doing the Old Testament, but pretty much what I have decided to do with my life is study the Bible, and I think that it's wonderful. You'll also notice just a little bio about me. I live in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. North Carolina is home. I live next to a cow pasture, and sometimes the cows hop the fence and they come and poop in my yard. I've got a husband who's not pictured, unfortunately. Sorry about that. But you can see a picture of my two kids. They're very cute. Amelia here is 5 and Bramble is 1. Next thing I want to point you to is our syllabus. You can access this, and it's a PDF. It should pop right up for you. Introduction to the Old Testament. You can see all of the other pertinent information about me and how to get a hold of me. Then you'll notice some of our objectives for this course. Number 1, you're going to learn through this course the significant people, places, and events of the Old Testament. That's what you can expect to learn. You probably walked into this course expecting to learn that. The other things that you're going to learn, and maybe you didn't think that you would learn about this, are the ancient Near Eastern context. So the Old Testament comes to us from a long, long time ago in a very different place called the Near East. And because it was so long ago, it's called the ancient Near East. And so you're going to learn about the context, the cultural practices from that time period, the way that people wrote literature back then, the stories that they told, the different civilizations that were kind of a big deal and the ones that were kind of small and not really noticed, things like that. The other thing that you are going to do in this class, that's number 3, you're going to interact with modern scholarly approaches to the study of the Bible. And we've already touched on that a little bit by getting into this historical context. But one of the ways that we're going to study the Bible in this class is as an academic pursuit. You may be used to studying the Bible in your church context, in Sunday schools or in youth groups or whatever you may be involved in. And those pursuits are wonderful. I love going to Sunday school. I think it's a great thing. What we're going to do in this class is slightly different, though we will have moments where we practice hearing from God. We will also have times where we look into a text and we ask, well, why is this here? How did it get here? Things that you may not have asked in Sunday school. Who wrote this? Why did they write it? What difference does it make that it was written during this time rather than this time? Or what kind of literature is this? Is it this genre or that genre? So slightly different questions because we're coming at this as an academic discipline rather than just a church discipline. So we're broadening it out. Not that we won't interact with spiritual things, but we're going to add in that flavor of an academic study. So then you'll see number 4, you're going to have to demonstrate critical thinking skills during this course, and that just means that you're going to have to really question why you think what you think about any given passage or the Bible generally. So it's not enough to simply say in this class, the Bible says it, I believe it, that settles it. you're going to have to tell me why. Why do you believe what you believe? Why do you think what you think? And why is that the most likely thing? You'll have to give a defense for what you think about the Bible. Then you'll see number 4 here. You're going to demonstrate an understanding of the skills and resources used in biblical exegesis. Now, that's a big word and it sounds weird, but all that really means is unpacking a biblical passage. An exegete is somebody who looks into a biblical passage, this is a Bible that I'm pretending to hold, and pulls out of it everything that they can find. And that's what you'll be doing through the course of this semester. You're going to choose one biblical passage and you're going to become that passage's exegete and pull out of it all of the different things that you can find there. Then the student will articulate the value of the Old Testament in shaping a meaningful human life in the service of God and humanity. Because you're taking this course through Gardner-Webb, it's really important to Gardner-Webb as a Christian school that you know what this text means for shaping your life in a way that honors God and honors others, in a way that serves God in appropriate means and fashions, in a way that serves others in that way too. So the Bible is not in this class simply a text that we're studying academically, as I've mentioned before, but this is a text that is meant to mold and change our lives. It's an important text for giving you guidelines in how to live and be in the world. So those are your 6 course objectives. By the time you get out of this course, hopefully you'll have all of those down, or you will have at least 70% of it down, because that is the cutoff for a C, and that's what we're shooting for in here. Textbooks that you will need, you are going to need the New Oxford Annotated Bible and the Bandstra textbook. Now, let's see here. All right, so I've uploaded those 2 texts so that you can see them here, just so that you know what you're into. You do have to get a copy of this Bible. You're going to need it for this course. You may have a different Bible, but you'll have to have the New Oxford Annotated Bible with Apocrypha for this course, but not only the Apocrypha. So if you go onto Amazon, you're like, okay, I'm going to get the New Oxford Annotated Bible with Apocrypha, you may find that there's one that only costs like $16 or something, and you'll get so excited, but make sure that that is not only the Apocrypha, because that happens to students sometimes. You want the whole Bible in there, Old, New Testament, and Apocrypha. All right, the next one that you're going to need is Reading the Old Testament by Barry Bandstra. I've noted right here that it's available online for free, and so if you want to just go to barrybandstra.com and read your textbook from there, that's fine, or you can go and buy it. It'll set you back about $200, it looks like, so that's totally up to you. So those are your 2 textbooks. The next thing that I want to talk you through is come on, Zoom, let me do it. A little higher. There we go. Okay. So those are your textbooks. And then the different course requirements. We've got a couple of different things. Number 1, I've got assigned readings for each week. You're going to have to do those in order to pass the quizzes that we have. So there are readings from Bandstra and from the Bible. And then I think I have 1 Blackboard reading that you'll do. And then you'll have 8 quizzes through the course of our 8 weeks. And those will be over your reading. So your quizzes are matched to the reading. And then we're going to have 2 course exams and 1 final exam. And the exams will be matched to the lecture. So quizzes, reading, exams, lecture. And then this is a really important bit, your analysis paper. That's something that's going to be due at the end of the 8 weeks, but you're going to work on it through the course of the 8 weeks. So I'll take you to where you will put your journals in just a moment. And then finally, class participation is important. And this class participation is linked to your assignments that I have laid out. So here's your grading scale. and the way that things break down. Your reading quizzes, your 8 reading quizzes are worth 15%. Your journals are worth 10. Exams 1, 2, and the final are each worth 15. And then your assignments and your final paper are both worth 15 as well. Also, I want to make sure that you are aware that my grading scale might not be one that you're used to. It's a 7-point grading scale. So a 93 is a cutoff for an A, and an 85 is the cutoff for a B, and a 70 is the cutoff for the C. So those are things that you need to be aware of. The rest you can probably work through on your own. I'm going to come back over here to our Blackboard page and come down a little further, and here is your folder for weekly content and assignments. You'll click on that to get to what I have for you each week. And one of the things that I want you to make note of is that all of your assignments, your quiz, and your journal will be due by 11:59 p.m. On the Friday of each week. So you'll see here, June 1st, that's this week, that's when all of your assignments are due. June 8th, June 15th, everything is due by 11:59 p.m. So if anything is late, I've mentioned in the syllabus that it will be counted off for a larger assignment, 5 points for each day that it's late, and then for both quizzes and journals, 1 point for each day that it's late. So look here with me at week 1. Ooh, excuse me. Here we go. So week 1, I have written here your reading. You're going to read Banstra, that textbook, pages 1 through 15, and then this linked PDF called SUNY Inspiration. That is your reading for the entire week. Then you can take this reading quiz after you've completed all of your assignment, or all of your assigned reading. Then I have several lectures that I want you to listen to. And then look right here, this is your first assignment. The Bible is like Shrek. And when you click on your assignment, it'll take you to a discussion board. Here's your discussion board. And you're going to go through this discussion board and answer each question. In what ways is the Bible like Shrek? Blah, 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 so on and so forth. And you can see Callista has already done it. Oh, man, and so is Kelly. Congratulations, guys. Way to be. Let's see here. Let's go back to course overview. There are usually, for each week, you're going to have more than one assignment, generally. So here we are back at the weekly content and assignments. We're going into week 1 again. So your first assignment is this one. And then you've got one more assignment on views of inspiration. And then you'll have it. Then you'll be done, and you'll come down here to your journal. And the journals are a really exciting part of this class. So first thing I want you to do is choose a passage of scripture that you are going to stick with for the whole 8 weeks. This is the one passage that you're going to study for the whole 8 weeks. So choose a passage. Then step 2, complete your journals. And then here I have linked for you Journal 1. In Journal 1, it tells you what to do. I'm not going to go over that with you now, but let me know if you have any questions. You'll click through to Journal 1. You will have, let's say that you chose Exodus chapter 3. And then you will come here and you will create your journal entry. And one of the things, you can title it anything that you want, but one of the problems that folks have run into is that I have not made it available for you to attach a file. I want you to either copy and paste everything into the text box here, no matter what format it comes out in. I know that sometimes the formatting will get wonky, or you can type the content of your journal directly into the text box, whichever you're most comfortable with, and then you just hit post entry. So make sure to do that by 11:59 on June 1st for Journal 1. In week 2, you're going to complete 2 journals. So there's a lot of work. You've got a lot of work packed into this course, but I think you're up to the task. I believe that that is all that I need to go over with you. You've got your different component parts. You've got your weekly assignments, and in your weekly assignments, you have reading, you have a quiz, you have multiple assignments usually, and you have either 1 or 2 journals for each week to complete. And all of that material is due by Friday at 11:59 p.m. So email me with any questions you might have, and I look forward to working with you. Yeah, that's it. I hope you have an excellent rest of your week.